Hello everyone, Chantel here. Welcome to my channel, Art Side Out. Today we're creating a color blast of soulful flowers using jelly prints for the planter and a fun crease technique for a yummy aged look. I'm so glad you're here with me. Let's jump in. After gessoing my wood panel, I get some Tim Holtz Ideology tissue paper, fit to size, and crumple it up. Oh yeah, that's right. Why does this feel so good? Just get it all crumpled. Stay with me, you'll see why. Now with some matte medium, I'm laying it down. I use Opus brand, which is Canadian, but any brand will do. There will be a list of supplies in the description below, and you can find a list of my favorites on my website linked below as well. I prefer matte medium because the matte finish just has less glossy and glare, so that's just my choice, but hey, you can use anything. The brush I use is something from a dollar store that works just fine for collage. Now I use an edging tool to flatten it more and bring out the, wait for it, creases, because it's the creases that are going to be oh so fun to work with. Using a brayer, I lay down some golden Titan Buff. I just love this creamy off-white vintage looking color in a background. It just makes my heart sing. Okay, now the fun part. We're going to use distress inks to accentuate those creases, starting with Vintage Photo. And I'm just gonna zoom in for you so you can see the yummy aged texture coming to the surface. It just makes me smile from the soul out. Now doing some edging with good old walnut stain. Who doesn't have the walnut stain distress ink? And if you don't, and you like that grungy look, definitely pick some up. A constant, faithful friend in my creative bliss. Now adding the beautiful Abandoned Coral distress ink to create sort of like a table for the flower pot, a surface. This might be one of my top 3 favorite colors in the distress ink collection. I have to pretty much stop myself from using it in all my projects, because I mean, you gotta have some variety. Okay, and now for some more fun using spritz and flick technique. You spritz some water in your hand and flick it onto the panel, and the distress inks, or you're going to end up getting these watermarks. And I'm going to zoom in here for you so that you can get a better look at it. Just more of that aged distressed look. It's just a yummy, yummy texture. Now I'm going to darken the edge of the coral area with Rhubarb Stock Memento dye ink. I probably should use some sort of a applicator to put it on rather than just applying it straight from the stamp, but apparently that day I didn't really care to do that. Okay, now it's decision time, which is not my strong suit. These are some jelly prints I made one rainy afternoon. There's a link below to jelly printing, which is an easy way to get your art side out without too much thought and effort, but with the same satisfaction of a creative escape, which we all need sometimes. So it looks like I've gone with this grungy teal sort of a texture, which makes my heart sing, I have to say. I decided to trace out a wider flower pot because I'll be adding some nice big flowers to this piece. And placement, what's it going to be? I'm kind of liking the center. Looks like we're going with the center. And now it's decision time again. I get out my bin of flowers, which I've fussy cut from all kinds of paper media. Nope, this one, nope. That one, nope. Maybe not there, maybe here. Which ones will grace this delicious background today? Okay, using matte medium again, I'm laying everything down. I love the imperfect perfection of mixed media art. It gives us permission to accept imperfection in our life too. At least that's what I find. It's a chance to just step outside of the box and not have to be perfect. And to just go with whatever your heart desires. Okay, time for shading and highlights using a white Posca pen. We're going to add some highlights to the flowers and shading with charcoal pencil and oil pastels. Now I use the Posca pen to create marks and just add some more interest to the painting and brighten up those flowers a little bit. And I just love little polka dots. It just adds a magical element to mixed media art. All right, now to create some drippies, we're using FW acrylic ink in sepia. I water it down a bit, and just because that allows me to control the drippies a little bit more, like the drips and where they're going to go. If I do it right out of the bottle, it tends to be a little too dark and it goes wherever it wants to, which sometimes is great, but in this case I wanted a little more control. Because who doesn't want a little more control? Okay, using a black oil pastel for edging. This baby is almost done. And there it is. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe for more content like this. I hope watching this today helped bring your art side out.